What's up, YouTube Wrestling Universe, guys? Another wrestling weekend is upon us from Toronto, Canada. ROH, NXT, and WWE all back-to-back, night for night, all weekend long. Let's break it down. NXT Takeover takes place August the 10th, 2019 from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and consists of 5 matches, with 4 being championship matches. The event starts at 7 p.m. with a pre-show at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Usually NXT pre-shows give a rundown of the card, but there's nothing more to them. On the actual card, we had the NXT World Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match with Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. Fall 1 is a street fight chosen by Johnny, with Fall 2 being a regular match chosen by Adam Cole. The third fall, which we would definitely see, is going to be chosen by William Regal. I think each man will win the fall that he chose, leading to Regal picking the third fall, which will be won by Adam Cole, possibly with the help from the Undisputed Era. I don't know when Tommaso Ciampa is supposed to come back, but it's possible he'll be the first contender for Adam Cole. We got the Street Profits versus the Undisputed Era for the NXT Tag Team Championships. With this match, I can see the Undisputed Era getting the championship and Street Profits moving to Raw. I honestly don't want them on Raw, but they've already been introduced to the Raw audience. I think this may be the night where all the Undisputed Era receive the championships. We also have the Velveteen Dream versus Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong for the North American Championship. And I predict that Roddy will become our new champion. We have Shayna Baszler versus Mia Yim for the NXT Women's Championship. And at first I predicted a new champion. This is the match that I may be wrong on where the title matches are concerned, but with Io Shirai becoming heel, I think it's possible that we see her up against Mia Yim in the near future. We could also go in the other direction with Candice defeating Shirai and then wind up challenging Baszler. In the final match, we have Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai. While I keep going back and forth with these two matches, I think Io Shirai will defeat Candice and Mia Yim will become the new NXT Women's Champion. ROH Summer SuperCard from Toronto, August the 9th at 7:30. And on this card, we have Matt Taven versus Alex Shelley for the ROH Championship. While Alex Shelley is just coming back, I still don't think it's time for Matt Taven to lose the championship. For the Women of Honor Championship, we have Kelly Klein defending against Tasha Steelz. With ROH building Tasha Steelz up lately, I think we'll see a new women's champion. We also have a trios match, Karisto, aka the original Sin Cara, Soberano Jr., Stuka Jr. versus Barbaro, Cavinario, Hechicero, and Templario. And honestly, I don't have nothing to base this on, but I'm going to go with the team that doesn't include Sin Cara. While I know age doesn't make or break a wrestler, I did read that Soberano Jr. is in his 40s. And the match I know more about is a Ladder War X for the ROH Tag Team Championships with the Briscoes versus the Gorillas of Destiny, and the Briscoes will retain. Shane Taylor versus Tracy Williams for the ROH Television Championship. I don't think Shane Taylor will lose to Tracy Williams. I would think that Rush would have been the one to take the championship off of Taylor if he was going to lose anytime soon. In a no disqualification match, we have Rush versus Dalton Castle. And I'll go with Rush to win if this has a clear finish. Lifeblood of Bandito and Mark Haskins versus Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham. I said this before in the last event, but I think this could be where we get the Lethal Gresham feud beginning, with Jay Lethal not liking the heel tactics of Jonathan Gresham. And finally, we had the Villain Enterprises of PCO and Brody King versus the Kingdom of TK O'Ryan and Vinny. Villain Enterprises for the win here. The Kingdom doesn't seem to win much, honestly. Then on Sunday, August the 11th at 7 p.m., we had WWE Summerslam. I'm not sure what will be included on the pre-show. However, the pre-show will begin 1 hour before the actual show. In the match just announced on Monday Night Raw, we have Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg. I think it's obvious that Goldberg will squash Dolph Ziggler to save face from the horrible match at the Super Showdown. I just hope that it's a safe match and Goldberg doesn't kill Dolph Ziggler. I'm not disappointed this isn't against The Miz. SummerSlam already has enough matches to fill the card. Becky Lynch versus Natalya in a submission match for the Raw Women's Championship. I honestly feel like it's time for Natalya to become the champion, and why not do it in Canada with a sharpshooter? I don't see Becky tapping, but instead WWE should just have her pass out. We have Trish Stratus versus Charlotte in another match I'm actually looking forward to seeing. I think Charlotte will probably win this one with the win over Trish, giving her more credibility. At this point, while I would want Trish to win, it's best for business if Charlotte gets the win. For the United States Championship, AJ Styles versus Ricochet. This is probably one of the matches I care least about. Either way, I believe this feud will continue. I would say that AJ Styles retains simply because of the OC. I would mention it being too soon for him to lose the championship. However, I said the same thing about Ricochet before he lost it. We have Finn Balor versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. Even though we've seen this match before, it seems refreshed. I think The Fiend will win, but I'm curious how different a Fiend match is from a normal Bray Wyatt match. We have Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, and if Owens loses, he quits. I'm hoping that on SmackDown, Shane will also add to the stipulation of quitting. I think it's safe to say Kevin Owens won't be leaving, and for that reason, Kevin Owens for the win. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. I feel like this will be the last big win for Kofi before he loses the championship. Kofi still needs to prove that his win wasn't a fluke, but at the same time, he can't remain champion forever. Kofi Kingston to retain. We have Bayley versus Ember Moon for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and this is one of the matches I'm not sure how I want to predict. I will go with Bayley to retain, however, there will be some type of shenanigans. For fun, let's just say that Ember Moon turns heel and becomes the women's champion with the help of a returning Sasha Banks. I also think it's possible WWE will have Becky and Bayley both retain to help keep the push of the 4 horsewomen in the new WWE 2K20 game, even though I hope that's not the case. In the last match for the Universal Championship, we have Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, and I predict Brock Lesnar to retain. I honestly don't care with this match. However, I don't want Seth as champion again, and Brock Lesnar is such a hard worker, he deserves it. On a side note, is anyone else more afraid of Becky Lynch than they are of Seth Rollins? I'm also interested in the Roman Reigns storyline, and hopefully we get to find out who his opponent is on SmackDown. I've heard the rumors, but I want to wait until it plays out to see exactly who it is. Guys, that's the cards for NXT Takeover Toronto, ROH Summer SuperCard, also in Toronto, for WWE Summerslam. Let me know what shows you will be watching this weekend and what matches you're looking forward to. I'll be back with a review of all 3 shows, so stay tuned and enjoy whichever show you decide to watch. Thank you for being here.